Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for coming back. Today I want to share with you a few very important lessons that I have learned from using homemade deep conditioners on my hair. So I've actually been using exclusively DIY deep conditioners on my hair for almost 1 year now, and so far I have made the best DIY deep conditioners and I have made total disasters as well. And from doing this, I have really learned so much, and that's what I want to share with you in this video today. I believe that if not all of us, so many of us have been using DIY deep conditioners at home. So if you're someone who has been mixing DIY deep conditioners at home, then I believe that this video is going to be helpful to you. And if you're still starting out your natural hair journey especially, then I think that this video is really going to be helpful to you, so please continue watching. The very first important lesson that I've learned from mixing DIY deep conditioners at home is that it is not every natural ingredient that is good for me or that is good for my hair. So because that ingredient is natural does not necessarily mean that it is right for your hair and that you should put it on your hair. I used to think that because it comes from nature, then it must be safe and obviously it must be good for my hair, but I was very wrong to think that way. The truth is that some natural ingredients that have been working perfectly for other people, like some people swear by them, have been a total nightmare for my hair. Honey is one natural ingredient that some people swear by, but it has never ever sat well on my hair. There is also coconut oil. Coconut oil is another natural ingredient that some people really swear by, but coconut oil has never ever sat well on my hair. I also have raw eggs and mayonnaise. My hair does not like those ingredients at all. It's bad to a point that each and every time I use any of these ingredients on my hair will feel really stiff, like very stiff and dry. But these are ingredients that are really working well for other people. So the lesson is, just because that ingredient is natural and is working well for other people does not necessarily mean that it is right for me or my hair, and it does not mean that it is right for you and your hair. So right now, if I realize that my hair is not responding positively to a particular ingredient, I just simply stop using it. So if you have been mixing DIY deep conditioners, I'll advise that you really pay attention to how ingredients are reacting on your hair. And this takes us to the next very important lesson, which is keeping things simple. Like, the simpler the better. Okay, the simpler the better. At one point, I was mixing 6 to 7 ingredients in a bowl and putting on my hair as if I was making soup for my hair. But I later on realized that my hair responded better to simpler recipes. My hair responded better when I kept things very simple. So putting together just 2 ingredients that are absolutely necessary for my hair tends to go a long way than mixing a lot of ingredients, like uncountable ingredients that will eventually cause damage on my hair. Also, keeping things this simple has given my hair the opportunity to actually interact with those ingredients that I'm applying on my hair, and then giving me feedback. Like, I get to know exactly how a particular ingredient is reacting on my hair, how my hair is responding to a particular ingredient. So you will not be able to learn this lesson if you put a lot of products in one bowl and apply it on your hair. So this is one very important lesson that I have really learned, and this has been working very well for me. So I think that if you adapt to this, it will also help you somehow, especially to figure out what is working for your hair and what is not working for your hair. Moving forward to lesson number 3, and lesson number 3 is one of the biggest lessons that I have learned, and I am so proud of myself for learning it. And this is simply being able to identify, classify, and distinguish between moisturizing DIY deep conditioners and protein DIY deep conditioners. Like I mentioned earlier, there was a time I was mixing 6 to 7 ingredients and putting on my hair, and doing that, the tendency of an imbalance between protein and moisture was very high. So there were times that my hair felt really soft, but it was shedding a lot and it was breaking so much, and that was simply because I was using more of moisturizing deep conditioners than I was using protein deep conditioners. So that created an imbalance in the two. After learning better, I started alternating between moisturizing DIY deep conditioners and protein DIY deep conditioners. And sometimes I just select the ingredients, because I now know better. I select the ingredients that creates that balance in the product before I use it on my hair. A few natural protein sources that have been working very well for my hair are fenugreek, rice, moringa powder. Moringa powder actually has a lot of protein in it, and yogurt. There are other sources that I have access to, but they have not been working well for my hair, so I simply drop them. And then the moisturizing sources that I have been using include aloe vera, okra, banana, avocado. There are others that I don't remember. So if you're someone who is still starting your natural hair journey, then please keep in mind that DIY does not mean that you mix everything and put on your hair, but rather that you mix the things that are absolutely necessary for your hair and that are working for your hair, that your hair is responding positively to, and put on your hair. So you have to know exactly what you're putting on your hair. Now to the last but not the least lesson, which, truth be told, I had heard a lot of people talk about it, but I just simply refused to learn. I just never learned. And the simple lesson is that my hair speaks, your hair speaks, our hair speaks, okay? And all I need to do is to listen. All we need to do is to listen to our hair. Remember, I mentioned in the first point that not every natural ingredient is good for our hair, right? This is one of the lessons that my hair kept screaming into my ears, but I just never listened. I kept forcing routines. I even tried mixing things that were not working for my hair with others that were working for my hair, hoping to get a kind of balance somehow. But the truth is, the traces were always there. So much has changed since I started listening to my hair. My wash days have become much easier and stress-free, and that's simply because I'm no longer fighting with my hair, but I'm simply interacting and cooperating with the hair for the good of my hair. So family, these are the lessons that I have learned, and I really hope that you pick at least one thing from there. Believe me, just a single change is going to go a long way in your natural hair journey. It's going to go a long way in bringing positive results that you yourself will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do remember to stay consistent with simpler routines, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Also remember to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.